Welcome back to the RDG show, starring your hosts, Rick, aka Ricky Bobby, and Dynamite David, with Sir Grinch, and guest starring Jordy Donis. Jordy is the founder and owner of the exclusive detailing service LA Auto Pros. For more information on LA Auto Pros services, please visit www.lautopros.org. The RDG show is pre-recorded and is available on all audio platforms. Check out the links in the description. If you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. Also, don't forget to click on the notification button so you don't miss any of our videos. Now, enjoy the show.
Backwards this time.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
You shocked me as soon as you said one. I was like, whoa, I'm switching it up.
When you looked at me that way, I was like, am I doing something wrong? So I was like, wait, what?
It's a system we're using. It threw me off.
The process, man. Process. All right.
Well,
Cool.
Jordy, thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
I should probably turn this off.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, fuck.
You see how it works? See? Look at that.
Completely spaced out.
Wait, what?
He had the music in the background.
Oh.
Did you forget too?
Yeah, I didn't hear you.
It works, people. It works.
So like I was saying.
Now notice how quiet it is.
I know, it is quiet.
See?
Getting into my thoughts here.
All right, cool.
Well, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
We're back, and it's
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Barely
It is Wednesday. So we're doing
It
a
is,
little bit
right?
earlier.
Yeah, it is
Yeah, it's Wednesday.
What am I talking about?
It is Wednesday. 2 days. Yeah, 2 days after the vaccine made it to America.
Yep.
America.
Sure is.
And I mean, so far, they say that it's been going well. That's kind of like the headlines of like, it's been going good. They're waiting for like, the whole second wave to come, the second dose.
Yeah.
Which they said, if everything goes well, it'll be by like Friday.
Yeah, because I was wrong. It was closer to 3 million than 2 million. So initially they sent 2.9 million vials instead of just the 2. So a lot more people are gonna get it. But still, it's not. I don't know how everyone else is following it, but I only recently found out about the 2-dose thing.
Like having 2 doses?
Yeah, you need 2 doses. Yeah, it's not just like one and done.
No, I think it's 3 weeks, right?
Yeah.
After.
Yeah, so you get your first.
dose.
You get your first injection, and then, they're saying that usually people aren't having any serious side effects from the first one, but after the second one is when the shit starts kicking in. One of the things I saw was
like side effects.
Yeah, side effects is
What kind of side effect? Yeah.
fever and like chills is like one of the most common ones, but like really drastic. So one of the ones was 102 Fahrenheit fever.
With cold sweats.
Yeah, with cold sweat, just freezing. But then
Hot and cold.
like he or she
A little bit hot and cold.
yeah, a little hot and cold. And then but they said by the morning they were completely fine.
Is there any way you can like
Wait,
go against
it's
the
only like 1 day?
Well, I mean that was after the second what's it called?
Dose?
Yeah.
It'll be like,
I don't know.
It
But it wasn't like immediate. It was still like a couple of days. There's still like fatigue, headache, soreness around the thing.
Oh wow.
And then so like after a couple, I guess it just sort of builds up. Because I've read a couple of people's stories, but nobody's really given like the step by step of like, I got the shot and then this happened and this happened. They're kind of like giving you the worst of what happened. So they got the injection. They don't really. I'm assuming it's the second one because they're not talking about any more injections or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, some headaches, at first, and then just fatigue, and then one night just super high fever, sweating like crazy, and then really obviously terrible headache. But then by the next day or whatever, like, and I'm fine. And they're saying, it's fine. It's worth it to get vaccinated, to go through that.
And these are all frontline workers that are getting them, right? I think it's
I
3
mean,
million,
it's not really available to the common folk yet. They're giving it to the medical staff and first responders.
Yeah, because I know that I was reading that 60% of the Pfizer basically was delivered yesterday, Tuesday, about 327 doses. And then an additional 392,000 are going to be delivered by the end of the week. Nielsen is counting on 2.1 million by the end of the year doses to be accounted for.
I wonder, are they counting the 2 doses as one? You know what I mean? Because they're saying 2 million, so that I'm assuming that means for each person.
And then I did have a question because
I
I'm
think
not.
so.
I mean, it would make sense,
Yeah.
you know. So I'm sure they are. That's just
Because
me.
I imagine the
overthinking it.
vial being like, they put a needle.
I mean, I've
in it.
seen a few.
Yeah.
What I didn't know was that there was another company that was also the initial trials, or whatever, that started in August. Not Pfizer. There was another one.
No.
Yeah, because it's
it's,
several, but
I
that's
think
where I'm
it
also
started with a
confused.
M.
Yeah. Oh, I had it here.
It's
Where
not-
the hell did it go?
It's not Mandalorian. It's,
Close.
Definitely not that one.
Close.
yeah, it's I was gonna say Mandela.
The Mandela.
right? It's not. I had just seen it too.
Son of a bitch.
But I'm sorry. You were
Hey,
saying?
but they're also taking into account the fact that people are gonna be lost in this whole. If people don't get vaccinated or they just choose just choose not to. He's already ordered 63 refrigerator units with 5,000 body bags ready to go.
Oh
That's,
yeah, I saw
Newsom,
that.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Newsom. Yeah,
Okay.
same thing. Like, this
What
guy's
an
just,
idiot.
I mean,
What a fucking idiot.
5,000 additional.
You're gonna
body
make a
bags.
public statement ordering more body bags?
Yeah,
like,
it's like, why
really?
would
That's
you-
what you're doing?
Yeah, like why would you make that
That's
a
a fucking dumbass.
public statement?
I'd
like,
love to fucking see him on the streets. I could smack the shit out of him.
Dude.
I don't even care. I'll spend the night in jail.
So you're out there, Newsom. Don't.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
By
Don't
all
come near
means,
here.
fucking cross my path, you fucking twat. Anyway, it was, by the way, it's called Moderna.
Just a suggestion.
Moderna.
Yeah, there we go. Moderna. Yeah.
Moderna.
He won't know.
Yeah,
He don't know what
it's
the fuck I look like. Just fucking attack him. But yeah, Moderna, the vaccine,
There you go.
I was found highly effective, but still same side effects. But apparently Pfizer's vaccine has less side effects, so it's better.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I've been seeing anyway.
I mean, what? How are we really? How
I
much?
think
there's
that's,
so many-
placebo.
Yeah, the
one.
placebo.
Yeah, dude, and that's the biggest bullshit. Like, I'm reading a lot of the stuff, and like nobody knows who has the placebo, who has the actual vaccine and stuff.
Well, yeah. That goes back to how Fawcett was talking about how I believe 60% of the population doesn't get any symptoms, and then another 20% gets mild symptoms, but not nearly as much for them to stay in the hospital for long.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's that 20 to 25% that just hits it hard and it just knocks them out.
They just don't know.
But that's
There's no telling.
that's what scares me about the vaccine is that if it's taken us this long to figure out sort of what this virus is,
Yeah,
how are we so sure about the vaccine?
exactly.
Because it's right now it's too short of a time period to see like the real side effects. Because you might become a lizard. You know what I'm saying? Like there's or
Start
like,
growing limbs out
It
of-
might do
It's
it
probably
for-
already happened. They just haven't, shown it to anyone.
It's not gonna be in the media.
Like
Why
imagine
would it
after
be?
the
Why would that
second-
make the media?
After the second dose, they tell you actually have to take it again and again. And
Oh yeah.
again,
We just learned that.
that now you have to take it.
This-
It does work.
additional time.
Oh, you know what they fucked?
There's
they
something
did
you have
that
to do
with,
every year or
Wasn't
every
that the
6
same
months
thing
or
with
something.
smallpox? Didn't they discover a few years ago the smallpox vaccine wears off?
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So watch it be the same fucking thing.
We'll just be back in the
And
same.
they actually stopped doing.
You
at
know
least
who-
like the military stopped.
You know
doing
who
that.
made a really
Oh.
good joke about it? With Lewis Black. He did I think it was Black on Broadway. His stand-up
I didn't see
special. He does a joke about it. I think it was that one. He's just like, I thought my whole fucking life, every morning I'd wake up and I'd think, God damn it, nothing's gonna happen today. And he's like, I'm gonna sue my government, and like all these starts going off into the jokes, but it's hilarious, dude. That's pretty funny.
Well, and then that goes into a topic I wanted to bring up is in Spain. So there's this thing going around where COVID apparently mutated and it's completely called something else. And if that goes into that same thing, if we have a vaccine, and if COVID keeps mutating, where is this vaccine going to take place, or how is it going to challenge this vaccine in order to get rid of it if it's mutating pretty consistently?
Yeah, that's like, what is that? David's favorite movie or whatever that he likes to bring up.
Which one?
Catch Me If You Can. Or,
Oh, yeah.
What
with
about it?
Tom Hanks.
Yeah, and
Right,
Leo?
it's like that's what the virus is doing. It's
Yeah.
like we just caught up to it, and then it's
Oh
like,
my
oh no, but
We're playing
now I'm
catch up.
coming out with point 2.
Yeah.
They're
And
playing
yeah, and if
it
it
wild.
keeps mutating, like at this point, what is it? What is that called? The one in Spain.
The one in Spain, I was actually just looking at it. It spreads faster. It's called VUI 2020-12/1. Has the potential to overtake the Spanish one named 20A.EU1.
They don't even have like a real name. They just
yeah. And then they're basing it off. It goes COVID-19 Genomics UK Consortium. I probably butchered that. Been working with public health in England, and they're thinking that it just either came from the UK or it just mutated there in Spain. There's really no way of finding out. But the scary part, like, it just goes back to that. It's like we have vaccines now in place to take care of COVID, but not for this next mutation. Or
we're not 100% sure yet on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And they said how what is it, like if 75% of like the population gets vaccinated, that we should be.
I read somewhere that it could be as low as 50%. If 50%,
yeah,
and that's like really hopeful. But they were saying like if just 50% of people get vaccinated, then we can start that's when we'll start developing the herd immunity.
Is that is that all of the United States or in California? Do you know?
Or
I think it was the whole United States.
Yeah,
pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was reading Fossey mentioned something about that, and obviously he's running California right now.
Running everything.
Yeah, and he's like, come 2021, if 75 or 80% of the population is vaccinated, he'll consider they'll consider opening those, reevaluate everything. But to me, and he's thinking April, May, June
of next.
Yeah.
April, May, June.
And that's with 75 to 80% of the population being vaccinated.
That's generally what I've been hearing too. Anyway, it's like it's probably around that time that things are going to start
kind of
sort of normalizing.
Yeah,
here at least.
Hey man, other places like I was on Instagram and there's everything is open. Joe Rogan just had a show with Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, it's so like
in Texas, and it's like.
It's the bubble.
It's the LA bubble. Yeah.
We're in a bubble,
dude. The rest of the world, or I can't speak the rest of the world. I know the rest of the country. They're doing stuff. They are fucking restaurants are open, gyms are open, movie theater things are open. People are operating normally, just with a mask, and obviously still more cautious.
Mm-hmm.
Still doing the.
But California has hit a new high though.
Incredibly high, 300,000 dead.
Wait, no, hold on. Is that the whole?
No, that's the United States.
Yeah.
That's 300,000 dead. Yeah, in California alone, I'm not exactly sure what the numbers are, but over the past 24 hours, 32,000 new cases have came up and 142 deaths. And on average, 163 people die on a weekly average in California. And just on Friday alone, this Friday that just passed, which was, what day was it? Friday.
Good question.
Yeah, because California's up to 1.66 million cases.
Yeah.
And deaths 21,488.
Okay. That makes me feel a lot better because I thought, I mean, and it's a lot of people.
Deaths is the goal.
It's the goal. But like, I was thinking 300,000 for one. That's a lot. That's a lot.
That's funny. The Guardian has a article. Whose lives matter most? As the vaccine rolls into California.
Of course. Boy, they don't stop trying to divide, huh? No matter what, they want people fighting against each other.
But I would think it like almost the rest of the country's kind of doing is those first responders, those workers.
Yeah, it's not really it's not really an option. They're just like the first people to get it are going to be obviously doctors and like first responders and stuff, and then it's elderly and the guys in the homes and stuff like that. People that really
seniors that really need to be safe.
Because we talked about last time about
basically kids and young people. Just suck it up, like you'll be fine. That's basically it.
Just
kids and young people.
Wear a coat.
Wear a coat.
It's cold outside. Wear a coat.
Wear a coat.
Listen to your mom.
Don't forget your mask, like I do a lot.
Yeah.
On the way out, every time.
If your mom says, "Hey, it might be cold later," just take a coat. Maybe just trust your mom. Just trust your mom.
Gotta do those basic things.
Yeah.
But last time we were talking about like, would we take the vaccine?
Yeah.
Which we were like. At least I still haven't kind of changed that about like I really don't because I don't know. We don't know yet enough to know what the vaccine is, which is interesting that he said 70 to 75% or whatever will be like people to be vaccinated, but then you had to wonder the like half of those people that are like waiting to get the vaccine, and then the other half that are like we don't want the vaccine.
But you shouldn't be waiting for it. I mean, if you're sitting here like thinking that, oh, I'll just wait for the vaccine. Like, you're gonna be waiting a long time.
Yeah,
know what
I
I
think
mean?
they
Yeah.
will make it
Definitely.
available till.
Get something else to fucking like think about, because
Everyone's
drive
just
yourself
kind of
crazy.
has that, like, every title that I see on the news is there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
But do you think
Yeah.
it'll come down to like you have to do it?
nah.
No, I don't think they can make it mandatory.
No.
We went on a hike over the weekend, and one
the
of our friends,
things you can still do here.
one of our friends is a health coworker. She's supposed to be getting this vaccine. One of the first that once it rolls out, she's supposed to get it, and she said, "I'm not taking it."
She's not gonna take it.
And if she's forced, then she'll just quit. And that's a lot of people. Like that's just
Yeah,
that's just
right.
one person that I know of. That I spent a weekday with, and that
Is
just
there any
happened.
particular reason why? Does she think it's like
For that
chipped?
same reason. You just don't
So that's
know.
one of the reasons. It's
Well-
probably chipped. They got the
So
chip
that's one,
Yeah,
of,
one
the,
of them.
Yeah,
you guys
that's-
haven't heard in Mississippi.
I
They're
have
calling the Mississippians.
Mississippi.
Have come up with which is actually a conspiracy theory that I had heard of before, which was that the vaccine has like a tracking chip.
100%.
And that's how,
100%.
No, I'm kidding.
and that's
About
how
50%.
they'll either track us or control us in some way, which is like
Well, fucking with David's damn, what's that? The Google thing that you put in your fucking brain?
Neuralink?
Yeah,
Well,
whatever
yeah.
it was.
That would be a great segue to be like, yeah, you know what? Since you guys were already tracing you, just go ahead and swipe your wrist, pay with your wrist, have all your money on your
Good,
wrist.
man.
Everything's gonna turn
I'll
electronic.
keep it on my
at some
couch
point.
like I have been.
Yeah,
I know,
I mean,
there
I don't
was
even have a
a-
bank account anymore. I keep all my cash cold, like at home. I don't have a bank account.
while looking at the coronavirus and stuff like that, and into this conspiracy theories, which is why I don't like them, because then you go down like a rabbit hole.
Might as well.
Gets
You gotta
deeper
keep your
in
mind
there.
occupied. Don't think about the vaccine. Think about conspiracy.
There was a article with the headline of nanobots will be flowing through your body by 2030.
By 20,
2030.
why?
2030.
Who said this?
Very quickly.
Does it take some time to grow? What do they have to develop inside?
Seriously. That's pretty
So-
soon. That's fucking 10 years.
The selling point.
That's less than 10 years. Sorry.
It is less than
Where's the pitch? Where's the pitch?
the upside or the selling of this is that the nanobots in your bloodstream might actually keep you from getting sick or even transmit your thoughts to a wireless cloud.
Why the fuck would
Why
I want that?
So if you are like David, right, and that's a big if, right?
Yeah.
He was talking about the space in your mind, right? Because
Mhm.
Yeah.
there's like what a huge amount of percentage that we don't use.
Oh, that's
of
A lot of
our-
potential
our-
that's
our
just kind of
brain,
just
right?
shut down.
Nonsense. I want to, we'll talk about that too one day, because I read more stuff about that, and apparently that's horseshit too.
So
You're
there's
not only using like 10% of your brain or whatever.
More like 5.
If you can unlock more of it, then you should be able to do like fucking telekinesis and all that
limitless.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, some
Uh,
limitless.
it's not true.
So,
It's just not
essentially,
true.
That's kind of so because I went actually yesterday. We went. My friend needed a new phone,
Mm-hmm.
and she takes a lot of pictures.
Mm.
So she actually we were at the store and they were trying to do the transfer over, like all her stuff, right?
Oh, that was
to the
really
new
cool
phone,
when
right?
that shit came out. I remember seeing that for the first time. It's crazy.
Now, her phone it was like 128 gigabytes is the new phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, something like that.
Her phone was at 127.5 gigabytes.
So
Not
she
enough.
still has space.
No,
Right? No,
What?
because they told her
hardware is already
you
installed. on
can't.
the
You
phone.
have to have a certain amount of free space for us to be able to transfer it over.
Do you have any idea how much that bothers me? I'm getting angry just thinking about it.
Well,
So-
if you really think about it, when they say like, especially sorry to cut you off, like Apple does this a lot. They'll market 128 gigs,
That makes me so angry. Dude.
and then you go on the specs and it says you've already used up
You've used a certain
5 or
amount.
7
Yeah.
gigs of software. So really,
Yeah.
you're only having 120, 100.
But
like
that doesn't sound good.
It doesn't. Yeah, exactly.
It's-
So they
it's
put on
the-
these.
yeah,
I hate
it's
that
the-
shit so much. Because remember, I was having all those problems with fucking PlayStation.
Yeah.
Because even though it is a superior system, the Call of Duty fucking ate up so much goddamn memory.
Yeah.
I couldn't have other games installed on my system. I'd have to, and every time there was an update for fucking Warfare or whatever,
Yeah.
I'd have to delete a game so that it can install the update.
Wait, you can do like an external hard drive on your.
Well, I got one now. Yeah.
Oh,
A friend
okay.
of mine got me
Okay.
got one for my birthday,
Late to
but
the game.
Yeah, a little bit late to the game. I was like, come on, man.
Anyways,
I got fuck you for both of you. All right. So,
um,
I'm trying to not play as many video games. That was the idea. Like coming out here, I was just like, I'm not gonna do video games and all this bullshit. But then COVID happened.
but then yeah,
Yeah.
that happens. So I was saying,
That's
right?
his fault. Don't look at me.
So-
I'm gonna cut you off.
So that transition, like, she had to get they sold her a memory card so that she's able to transfer all her stuff into that.
They don't just do it wirelessly.
No, so that because they can't transfer all the stuff over.
Does she not have an iPhone?
No.
Oh, that's a problem.
So they have to do it on a card. And
We're
then
fighting. Here we go.
No, I'm confused. Doesn't Google have like
the
a
cloud
as
system.
well? Yeah.
Yeah. But I think
You can transfer from Google to Apple.
so. Yes, you can because I transferred
I
transferred my stuff over to my iPhone.
Yeah, because it's an iPhone. It's the best.
They have apps that can do it for both. Anyways, I get into that. But
Finish your thought, man.
I know I'm trying to.
You
Okay.
keep stopping. Nobody's stopping you though.
So these questions. All right. So you transfer over, right? So they use the memory card, whatever, right? So now, if they do have a cloud for that, but she really doesn't trust the cloud, and I kind of don't put my stuff in the cloud either.
Okay.
So you could throw your stuff up to the cloud, which is why they have the cloud, is so that you can have memory on your phone, right? Essentially, that would be the same for your mind. That would be put stuff up in the cloud or whatever. There's a bigger storage so that you have more.
Who is the person
I
that
guess,
came
brain
up with
power
this
to
again?
think of it.
Somebody in Mississippi?
No, so the Mississippi one was this that they were putting in tracking devices that eventually might be also how they influence our minds. Which, because if you think about it, just like ads, right? Just like every other social media now has like, if you talk about, I think I was looking for something for a mic the other day, and then I was talking about it, and I was like, I'll just order one, whatever, right? And then I go on to Instagram, and like the second thing that I go down, boom, it's an ad.
I
for
think
that.
you gotta remember that every country is gonna have their kind of Mississippi, just this area that's a little bit behind everyone else. They're not really up to speed with the goings
I
on.
have no problem with Mississippians.
So when it comes to
By the way.
because the way you were describing it, you're like they're gonna have these devices that can read your thoughts and blah blah. Yeah, that exists. It's called a cell phone. They're smartphones. People have them already.
Dude,
So-
it's crazy how fast it works too. Because like you mentioned the fact, like I was looking for hiking shoes, right? I'm like, all right, I found a couple. I bookmarked the page. Saved it. Then I get on my Instagram. Literally, I get on my Instagram. I'm going. The first thing that comes up is the shoes that I was looking at like 20% off. I was like, I literally just got off the website and went on my phone, and this is the first thing that comes up on.
It's funny how it's funny the good and bad in that, because you can see it like, oh look, this is what I was looking for 20% off, or they're just fucking watching everything.
Yeah, they're listening and watching.
There's
everything.
two ways you can look at it. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like invading my privacy, one, or I'm getting a good deal.
Or you're getting 20% off.
But I think at this point, it's like, I think the scare with this is, for those that already kind of don't know, maybe they really don't know that they're already doing this.
Yeah.
Like already kind of tracking
people
your.
in Mississippi.
Again, nothing wrong with Mississippi. But if like people that don't know that, okay, your phone is essentially a tracking beacon that you're just carrying around.
Yeah.
And it's also a listening device where they can, I mean, even for us when we were, so shout out to the FBI agent, whoever listened to this, because
My man.
you know how in our video, our last video had like, for more COVID information, go to the bottom.
Yeah, I don't know why
go to this link, right?
Isn't that
Because I
just-
think we spoke about it.
Oh yeah. So
Right.
They're not doing that for every video? I thought that was just a YouTube thing.
so YouTube
I haven't
has this
seen it
thing
on
where
there.
they
Oh, really?
go. Yeah, they're able to like. I don't know how they do it, but they're able to not listen to the podcast, but any keywords that they find there, it
Yeah, of
automatically translates.
Isn't it one of the tags too anyway, COVID?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing with like
Yeah, so
Instagram.
makes
If you
sense,
even put anything in terms of sick or COVID related, it'll give you that little pop up right at the bottom of your picture, and it'll say, "For more information on COVID, please visit."
Because they're monitoring everything, so it's not it's kind of not a surprise. I guess this just goes further because it's inside physically.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're already kind of in our, because even when we did the whole episode on the social dilemma,
Yeah.
Psychologically they're already kind of in our head.
Yeah.
When it comes to advertisements and
Yeah.
how kind of influence our, like, we went through the whole, and I'm not going into it now, the whole voting thing and your political views, how Instagram changes based on what you think,
everything. Yeah.
or any
Instagram,
kind of
YouTube,
social media
everything.
changes.
Yeah.
Actually,
depending
not
on
really.
what
I
you
think more. It's actually things like YouTube and all these things are usually
I think
more
like-
left leaning.
Yes, I
Yeah.
think I would say more like, well, whatever. We have an episode on that, so if you want to go and check that out. But So this is more of like, okay, now they will actually physically be
Yeah.
inside.
Inside
yeah,
of
like,
it.
like the way they're doing it to pets now, in case like your dog runs away, you can chip
Yeah,
him.
you
But
chip-
what would be
No,
different if,
It's
let's
like,
say, for
we're gonna
example,
run away.
yeah,
Where are you gonna go?
Where are we gonna go?
Yeah,
Not Spain,
I like being
apparently.
here. I like being here. I'm
Yeah.
not going anywhere. What are you doing?
exactly.
You don't have to chip me.
Well-
And you won't, motherfucker.
What would be the difference between getting chipped, I guess, and the Neuralink that Elon Musk is coming out with? Why are people so
I don't
excited
see a
about this
difference.
Neuralink? Why are people so excited about this Neuralink thing, but yet people are worried about this vaccine that
You
might
have to
have a
ask-
chip to locate it? It's
Yeah.
basically this. It's literally the same thing.
You have to ask David. I don't know.
If I look at it both, right, and I'm trying to channel David from his sabbatical,
sabbatical.
he would say, well, there's more, because right now this would only get us what, COVID free, right?
Yes.
For a limited time, really, because I think it would be, I really do think it'll be almost like the flu vaccine, where you're gonna have to take it, if not every year, maybe every other year or so.
You don't even really have to take it. I mean, shit. Yeah, I mean, I said on the last
What do you
one,
mean?
too, like, cause I didn't start taking the flu vaccine, whatever, until like I joined the military.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, yeah, you might not have to, right?
Yeah.
If your choice is not to, because some people, again, it just doesn't, the virus is so, I guess weird would be
Yeah.
the right,
It's
it's just
just
very unpredictable because it
That's-
can hit somebody very hard to the point of death or
Yeah,
just
because
be
like
nothing.
a friend of mine that had it, he kicked it in a day, but his girlfriend or spouse, like, I think he said hers was a little bit worse. So
It just
you really don't
depends.
know.
I
And I
mean-
think her parents had it too, and her mom, I think, like, she got it really bad. Like, she's doing okay, but
Yeah.
you know, at the height of it, it was really bad.
Especially for those that are kind of like prone already to be sick.
Fucking yeah, there's a.
Well, that
Well-
goes into like the thing that I wanted to talk about is like, the media is not what the media is not doing right now is telling you what to do to take care of yourself. They're giving you ways to just like prevent other people from getting sick, like wearing a mask or staying as safe as you can. But none of them are talking about like vitamins, supplements, and stuff like that. And like I'm someone that always gets sick every year, once a year, but really, really bad.
Mm-hmm.
And this year, like I've been taking supplements since the beginning of the year, vitamins and stuff like that. I haven't gotten sick once, not a single time. I mean, this is something it's always been with me. Is I always wake up with a stuffy nose, and it goes away by like
Oh yeah, I've had that
hour
too
or two.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well, also,
around-
you work outside too, and you're moving around.
yeah,
so
and I'm
that
like
helps too.
dust and stuff, and I'm sweating out in the sun. Yeah.
Which is hilarious because, kind of you need to be outside.
Yeah.
Because not only does it go into like, you stay inside, dim lit or whatever.
Yeah.
It also
Blah,
can
blah, blah,
lead
depression.
to like depression.
Ammonia. It really leads to a
Suicide.
lot of bad symptoms.
What do they call
Yeah.
seasonal?
Oh shit!
What is it?
Seasonal-
I don't remember. Damn. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You talking about having a fat butt? It's called having fat butt syndrome. You got a fat butt, Rick?
which is real. So no,
Fat butt disease.
Yeah.
take care of that.
Yeah.
But they, now it's kind of like nobody wants to go outside because you have to wear a mask.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of that condition where if you go outside and you're not wearing a mask, then everybody just looks at you
Yeah. Like.
weird. Even if you're like walking on the other side
It's the
of the street,
It's the LA
mind your
bubble,
own business.
man. Yeah. It's the
Yeah.
LA bubble. It's
It has
crazy.
to be an LA bubble thing. I mean,
But they were saying about the vaccine, if you are prone, like you said, to illness,
Yeah.
or more prone, those that have a lot of allergic reactions to things, they're saying you might not want to.
you
be
might not
part
want
of
to
it.
go
'Cause
out.
you're gonna-
You should probably.
No. I'm talking about the vaccine. They're saying for the vaccine, you're not. You shouldn't. Dang, I'm having a horrible time wording this. If I can find the fucking article that I was looking at, but yeah. Well, they were just saying like if you're really prone to fucking what's it called? What did I just say?
This is that bad
Allergies.
immunity. Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you have bad allergic reactions or a lot of them, then they're not going to give you the vaccine because this is going to really fuck you up. Basically.
So basically, the
That'd be weird if
vaccine.
they come out with like, if you are
There's a
you
lot
have
of-
like a pre-existing condition.
There are a lot of
Yeah.
restrictions.
You
Yeah, no,
can't.
there's a lot of restrictions to taking it.
So the side effects might have to be serious, or the amount of, or whatever it's doing to you to get rid of the COVID symptoms or COVID itself must take a pretty big toll on your body.
Yeah.
Which is I just think it's a little too early to kind of know whether.
I was talking to a friend of mine last night on PlayStation, whatever. We're just talking shit, and he was talking about the vaccine too. He's like, "You guys gonna take it?" I said no, and he was fucking surprised by my reaction for some reason. Do I seem like a person that's like, oh yeah, totally, let's go get vaccinated. I want to be the first, first up there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Really? Why?
I don't know.
No, honestly, it's weird because I was surprised at his surprise that I was not that I don't want the thing. I definitely want to be the first one to do it at least.
I feel like you'd be the one pushing people out of the way.
Let me fucking get the vaccine.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I was trying to drink water, but yeah, sure. Really? No.
yeah, be like, my life matters. just be pushing people out of the way.
Wow, you guys are fucking. You have a horrible. You guys are terrible judges of character.
Well, I didn't say anything. He said
him and fucking my other so-called friend.
Well,
you guys are terrible judge of character.
What did your friend say? Did you ask him the same question?
Oh, I was too
surprised.
Too surprised by that. So in that aspect, yeah, the initial shock, like, what, bitch? How dare you? I think, but it was towards the end of the game too, and everything. And we were about to get off, and then he sort of brought that up, and he was just like, "Oh, really?" So I was surprised, and then we kind of like got off, and I was just like, "This motherfucker, bro." So that's why I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
But thanks.
You got it.
Dick.
All right, with the vaccines rolling out, right?
Mhm.
Let's say 2.1 people do get vaccinated by the end of the year.
Hmm.
People that are working right now, or that are not working right now, when are people gonna, or is it just gonna be like a stay-at-home type of thing nowadays?
I haven't seen anything about that. What's funny though is if
You mean if they get vaccinated, would that be like, okay, I can go to work now?
Yeah, like if you do get vaccinated,
well,
like,
the people that are getting vaccinated,
are employees gonna ask for
they're
like
still
proof
wearing-
of vaccination or something like
well,
that?
they're still doing the social distancing and wearing the mask and still doing all the same.
Yeah, that's
same
probably
thing.
not gonna change for
Yeah.
2-3 years. I don't see that
fucking
changing.
I'm trying to be more hopeful than that. I'm really trying to stay as positive as I can
So,
about that.
Honestly, it should just stay like this. People should
The
just
vaccine is more of like, is it
It's more preventative.
preventative? Okay,
Preventative, yeah.
So maybe, I mean, because maybe then what's the point? Like, still take the precautions. I still think even if we go back to normal, people should stay 6 feet away from me.
Yeah.
I don't agree with being that close.
I've
And
wanted
I don't
that
think-
since before the
Yeah,
corona.
so this has done very well for.
It's bullshit. What do you mean? When was the last time you went to the grocery store? Nobody ever fucking stays 6 feet, even with the more restrictions that they have now.
Depends what grocery
Come
store
on.
I'm going to.
Okay, all right.
Because I go to
what's
Whole Foods
one?
and
they keep their
Are they?
distance.
they're pretty good at it.
All right, I'm gonna.
Whole Foods. You have to go to Whole Foods.
Yeah, okay.
Like,
I just went to
I
one
can't do that,
recently, and
sorry.
I'm trying to remember because I was like, I passed by somebody that was like how close Jordy is,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, Walmart. That's where I just went.
Oh yeah, well,
Okay.
what do
And
you
I was
expect?
like, get
Yeah.
the fuck out the way! You see me
That's-
trying to go
oh.
through, and you just like take the whole entire aisle.
every
Like,
single day of my life.
so
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't-
Well, I live in South Central, and I unfortunately don't have a Whole Foods that's close enough for me. So I have to go to Numero Uno. No one gives a shit, and no one gives a
number one.
Oh, I had no idea.
Numero Uno.
Numero uno.
I would not recommend there if you're getting grocery store. They will literally press you. Like, a lady was behind me and she was like, I was trying to stay 6 feet away from the person paying. So I had put my items on the little treadmill, right? So they can slide and charge me, right? Or scan them. Dude, I'm standing right next to the conveyor belt where it starts. There's a tape behind me that's 6 feet apart. There's 4 people behind me. Between the line behind,
It's getting intense. Get mad.
it's behind the line
Yeah.
and where I'm at. There's 4 people between that line, so there is no space between. There's literally 6 feet between all of us. There's 6 feet.
You guys are in 6 feet.
Yeah, we are in 6 feet. Within 6 feet, or 4 people are within 6 feet. And I'm looking back at her, and she's like breathing over me, and I'm just like,
Turn around. Do you know what's going on,
Dude.
Are you aware?
So this is why I think they do that whole let's push numbers,
yeah,
like just let's make it as big, because when it first went out, like, hey, this is serious, this is a pandemic.
yeah.
Then people started taking it, they went crazy with the toilet paper and the hand sanitizer.
I
But
don't understand.
9.
but they did they went very like, everybody wear masks, like they went like everybody was like, okay, let's take this serious.
Yeah.
As time goes by, people are starting to get just like, okay, well, maybe 5 feet, 4 feet. Like, people
Yeah.
stop caring as less, so that's why I think maybe with
Maybe.
people pushing like big numbers, they're
Could be
like,
right,
oh,
yeah.
it's still serious. Let's still try.
It makes
to-"
sense.
And then-
it makes sense.
And then there's also people that are going to question that or go against that and challenge that 6 feet logic, right? It's like, what if I'm 5 feet and 10 inches? Like, they'll do something ridiculous like that. And
I want to meet the cunt that says that. So I can just backhand. What? All right, I gotta relax.
it's just, well, yeah, no, exactly. Well, that's where
threatening a lot of people.
What's
today.
going on?
well, that's how people think. Like, people just have it in their head. It's like, I'm gonna challenge this. Whoever said that 6 feet is 6 feet, and that's what we need to be at.
But it's like, doesn't it just sound reasonable to you? Like 6 feet is. I feel like that's a good enough distance to where I'm not gonna infect you. You won't infect me. It's still a good talking distance.
Yeah, but like if you really sneeze, like,
but then
that sneeze,
fucking-
The
like,
talking distance kills me because of the mask.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
I always
that
have to
does
like
kinda
shout
fuck it
into
up.
the mask.
Yeah, or just like pull it off your face like an inch and say your
Yeah,
face.
if you would have told me this like pre-COVID, if you would have said you have to stay 6 feet away from people,
Clear your
Yeah.
throat, you slut.
more than happy.
Yeah.
I'd be
I mean,
more
yeah,
than
that would be
happy.
great, but even in the worst of it, people still weren't doing
No.
6 feet.
No.
Because I'm an animal, I guess, like everyone else. That I shop at Ralph's. I don't go to Whole Foods. So yeah, no, they're it's the same thing as numero uno.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't roll the R, but that's how it goes. Every time. All right, so every time we say that, we have to give.
You have to do the
Is
numero
that
uno.
is that their advert on their? Do they?
It's
have
literally
that?
number one.
On their commercial.
They don't have. I don't think
Like
they
how
have.
this episode is sponsored by numero
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, whatever you want.
the number one destination for grocery,
For
and
grocery.
Not being within 6 feet.
If you want to catch COVID,
Numero
Hey,
uno.
and they also even started like in the beginning. They did like the whole seniors or elderly people can go in from the hour opening time till noon or
What?
10.
They
Yeah.
had a
They had
Whole Foods
regulations.
had the
Yeah.
exact same
Who?
thing. It was like from 8 to 10 or something like that. It was only a certain age and
Shut the
above,
fuck
and
up.
then after that, it was open to everybody.
Numero uno had that. That's why I couldn't go in the morning, and that's usually the time I go because I avoid the crowd.
I
But
was
I
trying-
had to go after 12 in order for me to go grocery shopping. I had to go after 12.
I wish I'd have known that. Because, I went to Ralph's the other day and I was like walking. I had my AirPods on and fucking, listening to a podcast, whatever. And I'm just walking and then
Hopefully, the RDG show.
RDG
So-
show all day. But, no, so I get over there and like, I noticed like there's a line outside and I was just like, God damn it, this shit again. I just thought it was, before they were having like limited capacity or whatever and
Yeah.
just letting in ones and twos at
Well,
a
they
time.
should still be doing the limited capacity.
But I think, oh yeah, that's definitely
Yeah,
going on.
yeah.
But I guess it's probably what you were talking
Yeah,
about.
elderly and
'Cause I
seniors.
think I went. It was around 11.
Yeah,
But
I
I
wouldn't
got
doubt it. Like they're not doing. See, but that's the thing. Like that's where I was going with it. They're no longer doing that in my area. In the beginning, around April, May, June, they were.
Yeah.
And I remember because
But now that things are getting worse, they're like, no.
yeah, it's like cases are going up. More people are dying. In one day, you had over 200 and something cases. And several people died. And these rules completely went out the window.
As people die,
As more people are dying, and these rules seem just to be like, whatever. We have
Maybe
a
they're-
vaccine now. We have a vaccine now, but
Maybe they have the Thanos mentality. Just spit them out.
let me tell you something.
Take 'em out by
man. Like
Let them in. Let them kill themselves. Just
His
bring 'em in.
character in that, I mean, I kind of
fucking
agreed
love
with
Thanos.
him.
That's
honestly.
That's
yeah,
a powerful
100%. I
fucking-
100% believe. I'm
Oh no,
with
I don't
Thanos.
think that was the right thing to do. You're like,
no.
oh,
Yeah, but you can understand why.
Yeah,
Oh, absolutely. I
It's
think
just-
everybody can. That's what
Yeah.
makes him such a great villain. I think because it's not.
You-
It's not. I mean, what he did was
Oh, it was
obviously
horrible.
insane.
Yeah, I mean,
But the idea of it, not the craziest.
not the
yeah.
craziest.
Yeah, it's not the craziest.
I don't think he had bad intent. I don't think see those as bad
He was
intentions.
really peaceful. He was really nice.
Yeah.
And Gamora was little. He's like, hey, don't look at your
Don't
people
like
being
that.
fucking
No.
slaughtered. Look at this little knife.
The
Look
knife.
at that. It's very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna teach you how to fucking kill people when you're older.
He
How
was
to be
full
a
of
mercenary.
positivity.
Oh yeah.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Oh, I got sidetracked there.
that's kind of like, because that's still kind of like,
Anytime's a good time to talk.
it's a
about.
bad thing to say, but I mean, if people get it and survive, I mean, instead of being scared of it, because essentially, like for the smallpox kind of vaccine,
Mhm.
it was essentially you feeling the symptoms of it. That's basically what it is. It's,
Yeah.
It's adapting your body to what the
Oh yeah,
symptoms
your
are.
body
It's a
is
smaller dose of what the actual
Yeah,
your-
virus
thing.
would
yeah,
be.
your body is like, or your immune system is like
Yeah.
fighting against like already like.
Which is why you should strengthen your immune system with vitamins and supplements. It would
When
just
this
help.
came up, actually, a friend of mine spoke about the same thing because we were upset that they closed the gyms.
Yeah, which I.
Whoa, what?
They had
Months
because
ago? You mean?
what?
You mean like months ago?
Yeah, they had closed
Yeah,
the
yeah.
gyms. Like, well, I was in Virginia at the time, right?
Oh, that's
so
right.
they
that's right.
closed the gyms for all of like, I want to say 2 months. Like, so from the time in March when it started till I think they reopened sometime in, I want to say the end of May or June.
Yeah.
And we were upset about it, right? And mostly because we were like, well, you should have been like, the thing that they should be promoting is health. Maybe, yeah, closing the gym because it's a facility.
Yeah.
But you should still be promoting that people go out, exercise at home, eat well, and
Get some sun.
yes, like
Sleep.
and not be like shut in, sit in front of a TV for the entire day or not do anything at all,
Eat
which is
chips
only
and
going to
cookies.
be, and I guess that's why the panic didn't help either. Is that your stress levels go up, and then your immune system is weaker because of that. So people should be trying to get healthy in general,
Yeah.
and not. It really does suck because it sounds like, yes, now that there is a vaccine, not sure if it. To me, I'm still a little skeptical about it.
Two
But-
vaccines. Two companies have two vaccines.
2 vaccines. Yeah, the Pfizer and
Modesta? No, not
Moderna.
Modesta.
Moderna.
Moderna.
Yeah.
Moderna.
People are gonna be like, well, now we have a solution, so let's just kind of like forget about what we've been doing for the last almost fucking
Year, basically.
the whole entire year, which is it's like the vaccine's not going to be rolled. It's rolling in, but it's not going to be rolled into the point where it's like by the end of the year, it will be available to everyone.
No.
Yeah, because.
And even if it is available to everyone, not everyone's gonna want to take it.
Yes, and
Well, look, here's an example right here, all right? So, all right, a healthcare worker in Alaska suffered a serious allergic reaction from and was hospitalized after getting the vaccine developed by Pfizer and biotech, and that's the one I feel like, at least mostly, that's the one that I've been hearing about a lot.
about
About the Pfizer vaccine, not so much about the Moderna one, So the one that's supposed to be
Are those two the
more
most popular
hopeful.
vaccines that are coming? Because I know
think
there's
those are
more
the
than
only
two, right?
Well, yeah, they're developing, but these are the ones that have been released,
okay.
basically on their trial period.
Hey man, that's another thing to be sketchy about. Like, there's so many different kind of vaccines that are in development. Like, who's to say that the ones that are out now are the best ones?
I mean, they're in stable. That's the thing. It's because of the side effects. It may. I mean, this one was a serious allergic reaction, but I mean, the side effects are all the same,
But what kind of allergic reaction was it? Does it say anything?
No, it just says hospitalized after getting vaccine developed by Pfizer and biotech, but and is in stable condition. So according to 2 people familiar with the situation, so authorities have not released further details. Big surprise.
Yeah, that's just really strange.
Man.
People are asking when we're gonna be able to start getting rid of our masks and just completely tossing
God
them.
damn it! Just stop it already.
Yeah,
I mean, I really want to.
yeah, no, yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I really want to, but I'm realistic about it. It's like,
Yeah, it's not gonna
just because the
happen for a long
vaccines
time.
are out,
Yeah.
you're getting ahead of yourself. Let
Yeah.
this thing take effect.
And that's the
then
problem
fucking-
with like announcing there's a vaccine. It's just
Yeah.
people start
moving
already-
forward,
yeah.
start
Yeah.
moving way too fast. It's like, relax. Vaccines
like, we
just
got a
rolled out
vaccine.
yesterday.
When can we
Yeah.
when can we travel? When will everything else be
Yeah.
open? When can we go back to normal? Which honestly, there's really no normal to go back to.
No.
There's no way
No,
that we
no,
go.
And
no,
even-
stop. Don't be that person.
There
What do
is
you mean?
no.
There is in my
no,
mind.
like there.
Oh, it is
the
28%.
normal to go
Oh,
back
right.
to how we were.
It's-
That's never gonna be the same.
I don't think so. I think
You think
I
there
believe
is?
in it. Yeah, yeah.
I don't think so.
No,
Well, you guys are
Absolutely
just a
not.
couple of negative Nancy's. I'm trying to be
I'm
positive.
just trying to
here,
be
you know?
realistic.
Well, it's not.
I
But it's
think
not a
you're-
bad thing.
it's
though,
yeah.
because
hopeful.
there's gonna be
Yeah.
things that like procedures that have already been in place that are not gonna change.
Mm-mm.
And I'm not talking about like, the 30%
Well,
or whatever
how do you-
capacity
what's-
stuff like that's gonna
What's
be.
the new normal that you think is going to be? You think people are just
Well,
going to keep the masks?
I don't think there's the normal for me has always been whatever we're doing now.
Right.
So whatever is at the time. So for right now, this is normal.
No.
We're
Not for
adapting
me.
to it. That's the way it is. Like
Yeah.
it is negative to say like, oh, this is normal, but it is. It's right now. It's day to day what we're doing.
Yeah.
So therefore, at least in my mind, this is normal. When we move to something else, that'll be whatever normal is. But to go back to like not having masks, I can kind of see that. But you're always gonna have people that are already going back to Thanos, right?
Yeah.
Because you can just learn so much from him.
Such a wealth of
Watch the
knowledge.
movie.
that guy.
Anybody that hasn't watched the
Yeah.
movie.
We will be doing probably a
Oh,
review
wealth
on
of
that.
knowledge.
It's so great.
Yeah.
The shit that I talk.
In Endgame, right?
Dude. Yeah.
He says, as long as there's like, I may be butchering this, but as long as there's people to remember the past,
Mm-hmm.
you can't have like a future.
Nope.
Which is why he then decided like I'm just gonna kill you all and
Wait, say
start
that
just
again?
brand new.
Who said that? Was that sounds like a
Thanos,
Steve
when he
Rogers kind of
said-
thing?
No.
Fucking
Fuck that guy.
Steve Rogers.
It like because there was people to remember what the past was like
Mm-hmm.
that couldn't let go.
Yeah.
They kept trying to fuck with the timeline, which was he was like, since there are people to always remember that, I'm just gonna get rid
This
of
was
all
an
of them.
Endgame? When the hell did
Yeah.
you say that?
That was when
To be fair, I've only seen it like 3 times. So.
I've only seen it once.
about 5 times, 6 times. I don't
Yeah, I
know
have
where
a few
I'm
more-
at right
few more
now.
times,
Okay, I don't remember exactly where, but there is that point because that's why he decides to get rid of all of them
Mm-hmm.
because he understands that, and that's kind of where we're at right now. It's like
Yeah.
as long as there's people to like. When we move maybe to a new normal, there will still be people that remember all this.
For like,
Yeah, for sure.
So they're not gonna let go of just everything that we have now put in place.
Yeah.
The whole, maybe 6 feet. You might not be always
I
6
fucking
feet, but
wish.
all that stuff, like
Generally,
and that's
it's
what I'm
6
saying. Not all of them are bad. If people can get out of this, don't invade people's personal space or
Now he's
wash
getting
your
upset.
hands.
Look, now he's getting upset. Look what
Yeah,
you did.
I'm getting upset.
What are you doing
we're
today?
getting emotional.
You're
It's
killing everyone.
emotional.
If somebody can take wash your hands after you go to the bathroom,
Yeah.
that's a win in my book. That's something that I would want to
Dude,
be normal.
Wouldn't
Yeah.
you? Didn't you think that was normal? And then we had
I
fucking
did.
that conversation.
I did, but
You heard
apparently
that one
it's
time?
not normal. People
You
don't
were like,
wash
so
their
you were,
hands.
but that's the good thing about knowing different. I like to know different people who have different thoughts.
Yeah.
I mean, knowing David, he was like, "Why wash your hands
Yeah.
after going to the bathroom?"
Called being
For-
sanitary.
which for us was like, "What do you mean?" Because you
exactly.
gotta wash your hands.
Yeah.
But people apparently didn't know that, and I mean, if that's our new normal, where people are taking all these precautions, I'd accept it. I'd be like, yes. Let's not go back to normal where you think it's okay to not
Wash your
after the
hands,
restaurant
cover,
or something
or
like that.
do the vampire thing with
Yes,
your
yeah,
coughing.
don't go to if you're feeling sick, just don't
Don't go to
or
work.
be around people.
Yeah. Just people. The thing is, people are just they're very stubborn. People are just stubborn, and they want to go about the ways they want to go about the way they want to go about things. That's just the way they want to go about.
Was that like a news update that people were talking about this?
Yeah, because Anthony Fauci, an MD, you
Is it
maybe
Fauci or Fauci?
I don't know. Fauci.
They call him
What is
Fucci
he-
for the
I'm
longest time.
just gonna call him Anthony Fauci, MD. You may be able to throw away your face mask before end of 2021.
Who said that? He said that?
Anthony Fauci,
You may be-
What a-
MD.
what
You
a
may be able to
hopeful
throw away your
character.
face
You
mask
may.
before the end of 2021. You
That's-
may.
That's the positive thinking I'm looking for. I'm not saying I believe it, but that's how my mind
I'd be
works.
more than happy to get rid of
Eventually,
the mask.
yeah. And
Something
then-
that seems like nobody's really talking about anymore, though, is the stimulus package. Nobody really
Which is
seems
actually
to give a
what-
shit anymore.
No,
I
but-
still care, but
No, well, actually, that's actually what that's another topic that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
They're actually they're working on another stimulus package, but it's not going to be close to the one that we got
yeah,
previously.
it was pretty disappointing when I fucking started.
What was
reading it.
I haven't heard
So
about the amount.
basically, it's not going to be $1,200 anymore.
It would be half
Now
of
it's
that.
going to be fucking $500 or $600.
500 or 600.
Yeah.
And in terms of like
As
unemployment
soon as I saw
benefits-
that, I'm like, who is this going to help? What is $500 or $600 after months of
Yeah.
all this shit?
Are they gonna
going
do
on?
the same thing where they send it to
What is-
direct
basically-
What the
direct
fuck?
deposit.
What do these people think is going on? They think everybody is just living the same kind of life that they do.
Yeah, I wonder how
And think
they
about it.
they come down to that price because it might help you if you're like in the maybe like the Midwest.
Yeah, maybe. But if you're in a
but
major
here,
city
you're
like
not-
fucking
yeah,
LA, New
600.
York,
Unless you're
Miami,
camping out,
Chicago.
you're literally renting out a specific little room that another family owns that they just let
Yeah.
you stay there.
Yeah.
That's the only way you'll be able to take advantage of actually use those 500.
Yeah, because
for
like,
some
all
good.
right, it's $500 or $600. That's gonna get you groceries maybe for what? Maybe 2 weeks.
Depends how much you eat.
Yeah.
Well, what about bills?
Yeah. Oh, if you
know
have
what I mean?
a like a
If you have a
actual
family
household where
or
you're
a
family,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
$500 probably
That's-
won't last you the week in food.
Not shit, dude. Hell no.
A family of 5, probably.
Dude, a
not.
family of 4. I remember being when I was little and going to the grocery store with my parents. It was like for all of us, all 4 of us, was like maybe $200 and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that shit all the time. I was shocked as a little kid. I was like, God damn, this shit is expensive.
Grocery, just
now,
living life
now,
is
and now, yeah,
expensive.
just living your life is, and now they're like, no, now it's not gonna be $1,200. It's fucking
And-
It's
gonna
gonna
be
be
600.
600. Yeah.
Yeah, and
But
that-
not like in a malicious way, because they're still balancing out the budgets and stuff. But regardless, I mean, it's still kind of like weird,
Yeah.
like a what the fuck, dude.
And they can't. The thing is that they can't do it per region, per location. They can't just be like this,
No, yeah.
like this state will get this much,
Yeah.
and because then it's a
Fuck
whole
no.
anarchy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
absolutely.
they want to do it. I'm pretty sure they want to do it just across the board, but it's very
Mm-hmm.
hard to gauge the number that would actually help everyone the same everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, with just a little bit of logic, I think anyone can realize that maybe $500 or $600 is not enough. Don't, because the way that the article is like laid out, it's like they try to make it hopeful. They're like, oh, but here's it, like, you know, it's coming. The $600 is coming. It's not $1,200 anymore, but it's $600. So fucking look forward to that. And then until you start reading more into the details, it's like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, and aside from the $600 measly dollars that we might get, right? That we might get.
This piece of shit.
Well, yeah,
Here you
like,
go.
like really though, like it really just comes down to that. If you're on a verge of getting kicked out from your home, $500 is not gonna change anything for you.
Yeah, dude.
And I know that there's a lot of people out there suffering right now.
I was gonna let me airdrop you this thing.
This could be another bonus. Like on top of that, they're trying to do the unemployment thing again. Like I know a lot of people.
Yeah,
also,
a lot of funds have
What
been
was that?
allocated towards that.
Oh,
because
Like unemployment benefits.
because
and
there's a
stuff.
lot of people that I know that like maybe work part time and just don't even qualify for unemployment. And if they do, they're maybe getting a $10, $15, maybe $100 check every 2 weeks. Which really, what can you do with that?
yeah.
So for that situation, if you're getting an extra $300 a week, or maybe even if it's 2 weeks, that's what in a month you accumulated maybe $1,000. But that's just 1 month.
Yeah.
And in a month is
your
$1,000 not
so
enough.
is your Bluetooth? How does AirPlay work or AirDrop? You have to use Bluetooth, right?
No, you use Air. Oh, actually, I don't have an Apple, so I don't know.
As he sits in front of a fucking MacBook. I don't have an Apple. As
he.
he's sitting in front of a MacBook. He's
Oh,
telling me.
I said Apple. I meant iPhone.
I don't know.
I
I have mine here. I
I
don't
don't know how to
have
get it from here.
you.
But my phone, I think, because
I guess I'll send it to you. Well, not the phone, but because I had a chart here. So we have visuals for the
Visuals.
for the
Visuals.
side effects though. So
People love visuals.
I guess you can just
For
put
the-
it in for whenever we're
Yeah, for the
discussing it.
people who
Yeah.
are actually watching the video,
Mhm.
if you're listening to this, go YouTube to watch our video.
Yeah, because
Hey man, and hit the like button, subscribe already. Like I don't know what you guys are doing.
We're not yet.
Subscribe and like. God damn.
that was very nice. Thank you.
You just gotta throw it in there. Just ask for it. You can cut that out.
Yeah, here I'm gonna send it to you right now. Fatigue is the biggest, obviously the biggest side effect, and it's what most people are experiencing.
Yeah,
The
usually
only
when
other-
when you get sick, usually you feel fatigue. But I guess it just depends how hard it hits
More
you.
people are vomiting from Moderna than Pfizer though, so there's that to consider.
Oh, actually, you know what? I completely take that back about people receiving unemployment.
What do you mean?
They're actually debating on even giving them unemployment because apparently everyone's getting so comfortable not working that they're
yeah,
just
of
living
course.
off
Yeah,
unemployment.
Yeah,
the
that's
real
the thing.
problem.
But that's what we were talking about like months ago. I was like, it's a
Yeah.
slippery slope, man. Because once you start there,
Yeah.
then it takes people's incentive away to.
Because
you know,
you also have to think
So they're actually going to
about-
reduce the unemployment benefit.
I think that's what it was.
So it's just like people
Well,
just
it
go
was
out to
between-
work already. Just
yeah, it
go
was
find
like
a job and
between-
start working and
All right,
start.
Easy. Getting upset. Get up, people! Get up your ass!
Open up the door and start working.
All right, well, I'll send you this. Also,
But it kind of sucks because if you think about it, if the government keeps giving us money and allocating all these funds,
Mm-hmm.
eventually they're going to want it back. And
That was my first concern at the very beginning.
that's what scares me.
When are they going to ask for this money back?
what was it? The $750 billion that they gave to GM to fucking bail him out? Oh,
Yeah.
dude, get the fuck out of here. We've been paying that shit off forever.
Yeah, that's
We are.
Us
in this
we
room.
are.
Yeah. Wait till you get a job, 9 to
Because
5
I
or
remember
whatever.
I saw my paycheck
Hey,
go
you-
up a bit, and I was like, and they were like, oh, it's because the tax withholding is
Yeah.
we're giving back to you. And then I was like, this is great for right now, but I know you're gonna want it back and probably
Yeah.
even
The
more
day's gonna-
than what you're giving me.
They're going to tax the shit out of us
I
in
remember-
5 years from now.
I remember the first time I got a tax return, and I was like, because I didn't obviously I didn't know about it until like I started working legit job and everything, and like I got the return. It wasn't like a lot, but it was still everybody's always happy to get it. But I was like, I would be perfectly fine just receiving all this money in my regular paychecks. I don't need it in one lump sum.
Honestly.
Like in April, all right, just give me like the regular shit.
At least you're not the one. Some of the people that have to pay. Like that's another thing.
Oh yeah, that's true.
People-
That depends on where you live too.
Yeah, like I've had to pay a good amount of money, and it's not fun having to fucking pay.
So
I'd rather them take all the money and from my check instead of having me pay at a year from now.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Just take it out of my check now, and I don't have to worry about it. Yeah, because then I have to get hit with a massive bill, and I'm just like, oh shit.
Uncle Sam wants his cut, motherfucker. That's it.
Shit, let me pay Uncle Sam right
Pay or
quick.
you're going to prison.
Yeah.
Although I'm sure it's not that crazy.
Well, I mean,
if you owe a lot, if you fucking Wesley Snipes or some
tax
stupid
evasion
idiot,
is
a serious thing.
What I'm saying is, somebody who has a regular job is probably not having to worry about prison. They probably just have to pay penalties or whatever. You know, you're not worried about prison if you owe them like a couple $100 or a couple thousand.
And the second half of this video is sponsored by the IRS. So
I would never accept money from those
make sure you guys pay your taxes.
because they would want it back.
Because it's my money anyways. They're just giving me my money back. You fucking cunt.
No, you gotta give something to Uncle Sam. He just doesn't take shit for free. I mean, just give you a job for free.
Yeah, you
or
gotta
whatever Uncle Sam does.
pay your share, bro.
So we're gonna put this up anyways, just so that everybody can see what I'm seeing. But so you're telling me the placebo effect
That
is
one,
the
I don't know.
line?
That's what I'm thinking. Because
Like that's how much of like fatigue people feel.
I haven't
Oh wait, is that?
I haven't seen
Oh,
clearly
percentage. No.
anywhere. If anyone would like to share it in the comments, who's getting the placebo and who's not? Who's actually getting the vaccine? I haven't seen all the.
How do you know if you're getting the
everything that I
placebo to
read,
begin with?
I think whoever's administrating them is just the only one that
I
knows.
think they take it to the grave. Yeah.
Because I haven't found anybody saying whether they definitely know
That they got the
that they have the
yeah.
placebo or the vaccine. Because everyone that's talking is like, once they start feeling the symptoms,
Yeah.
that's when they're like, oh, I think I got the vaccine. Because otherwise, there's no reason to go through all this crazy, throwing up and all this shit, joint pain, headache, muscle pain. I mean, yeah, it's all the same thing. But yeah.
It's just odd because. So those that maybe get the vaccine, right, that weren't even sick in the beginning, or didn't even have symptoms, they tested negative or whatever, and they get the vaccine.
That's not what's going on though. I think.
Not at all. It's like for the workers that have got it.
Oh, I mean, yeah. If you're a healthcare worker, you're definitely.
Yeah, so you're getting it regardless of whether you felt it or not.
Oh, well, one of the things that they were discussing was what to do in this case, because you can't just give it to all the healthcare workers, because then pretty much fuck, nobody's gonna be there to all the doctors and nurses
they're
are
all
gonna be sick.
Yeah.
But that's just one of the things that I saw. So yeah, nobody knows. I guess unless you're administering the vaccine.
Yeah.
If you're the recipient, you're just pretty much.
Because it's almost like the same
the
thing
flip of a
as
coin.
when you get like the flu shot, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like I don't know. I don't even remember the last time I had the flu.
It's all mental, man. If you don't,
So it's like why
mind
would
over
I get
matter.
You know what I'm saying? Why would I get the vaccine if I'm not getting it?
Yeah.
If I'm not actually getting sick.
Mm-hmm.
To prevent.
Like to
you from
prevent
getting
it
sick?
from not getting.
But
when
it
I
also
usually
kills
don't
it in
get
your system so that you can't spread it too. Because I think if you carry the antibodies, then you're not going to experience any of the fucking,
symptoms.
Yeah.
And I actually at that point
I just felt like I was saying it too much. I didn't want to say something.
Agree with like not because most of the like I've said multiple times, most of the shit that I do is not at all for me. It's usually like wearing the mask and stuff like that. That's more for other people than anything else.
The mask thing is just for me and my kids is just to make other people more comfortable and make them feel safe. Because if it were up to me, I wouldn't wear a mask ever. I'm literally only wearing a mask for other people.
It's just killing.
I take care of myself. Like yes, it does worry me.
The third time he's getting upset over here at his own thing. He's like, God damn it, I wear it for you people. Gotta
fucking wear it for the people that didn't take care of themselves.
But that is interesting. That's what I thought. That's what they would have kind of promoted more at this time. Would be like take care of yourself.
It's public health.
Boost your immunity, not like I get stay away from people, but So
listen. When you have great leadership, saying stay home, don't sing on holidays, don't see your families, cancel all your plans,
and then he goes out to dine hiding.
Bro, come on, this is top notch leadership.
Is it Hunker Down?
Oh, yeah. Hunker Down. Hunker Down. Oh, that was the mayor. Another fucking gem. He's really knocking it out of the park this year.
Hey man, they're really doing a lot. Yeah?
Good job, guys.
Hey, I don't know.
I wonder why so many people are leaving LA.
I wonder. I was looking on. I don't know what article I was reading, but apparently everyone that's leaving LA is buying a bunch of tiny homes off of Amazon, and just having a tiny home out in the desert and stuff like that. Just buying property, like Joshua Tree. You could buy property. You could buy I think 2 acres for like $8-9 grand. It's really cheap to buy land in Joshua Tree.
Is that here in Cali?
A couple hours away.
Oh, okay. Hey, fuck it.
But then again, where you getting water? Like, where's your?
Isn't there? Oh yeah, there's a place here that has like a town, sort of like what you're describing, like in the middle of the desert, but they don't have running water.
Yeah, it's
they don't have
Joshua
power.
Tree.
Yeah,
Joshua Tree is like that, so
so
you
that
have
must
to.
be it, yeah.
You have to. They.
But like there's
29
like no
homes, that's
authorities.
the thing.
There's no authorities. There's no fire department either. Like there's nothing there. So basically whatever happens there is like.
It is Vegas.
They
Whatever
deal with
happens
it.
There, stays
I wouldn't say
stays
it's
there.
Vegas.
Yeah, it stays there.
But basically, I think if you guys are having a neighborly dispute, and one thing leads to another, and then somebody ends up dead, no one's really gonna know about it if you just.
That's
hide
why
the
you
body.
buy the acres so you
Well,
can.
that's another thing. Like I know, like I used to be into like the off-grid living. Like people go off-grid.
Oh, were you one of those for a while?
Yeah, I was one of
Oh,
those. Like I wanted to get a.
Here we go. This should be good.
I was gonna get a
I always
20-foot
wanted to know
container.
about these guys.
I wanted to get a 20-foot container because I used to be an exporter, so they had those 20-foot
Yeah.
trailer containers. They're so cheap. $500, you get a container, put insulation in it, you got a home.
I mean, I guess I wouldn't say it's the most luxurious of homes, but
Well, yeah, I mean,
if
you're thinking
if
about
you're
it.
a minimalist, I guess not bad.
Yeah, and like I don't consider myself a minimalist, but I don't like spending a lot. What's the word?
it's a big commitment,
Huh?
man.
Minimalist.
Because like to think
I
about,
guess.
like if
Because to me, like I don't really need a lot of things. Like
like people that think they're minimalist, whatever, they just like the idea of it. You know what I mean? 'Cause
yeah,
it's mostly.
I would say more practical. Like there's a lot of things that I generally don't see the value in, and I don't feel like they benefit me in any way.
I think that's it right there.
Yeah.
That
Wait,
is that's kind of like the appeal to it. The thought of like, I appreciate everything, like what I have so much
Mhm.
that
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
need anything
God, yeah, I
else.
couldn't
That's
roll my
kinda
eyes any
even
harder.
though like maybe that's not really reality. But
grow up, grow up, please.
It's just
All right,
like-
it's essentially
pretending.
posers that are just
It is a
like,
fucking-
oh,
yeah.
like I value like the things that I have that I don't need.
yeah,
It's
you know,
like,
you
well,
can you
might
can be
need to
grateful
do
and thankful for the things you have and
Yeah.
have
Have
other
more.
stuff.
Yeah,
Have
absolutely.
air conditioning.
It's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not a bad person. Okay.
I think the thing is
But
like
that's kind of like the appeal, the thought appeal.
It's
to
yeah,
it.
it's just
Yeah.
these fucking dumb kids that like they grew up with everything, so they're trying to be like, oh man, I appreciate everything so much. I'm gonna go live in a fucking decommissioned school bus
okay,
in the
yeah,
fucking
that's,
woods.
That's a little extreme. Like in my case, like I'm definitely not on that level. Like I definitely have things that I do enjoy and I want in my life.
Look, man.
But like I don't need, like I'll say this, I don't need
Technical
10
difficulties.
different kinds of jackets. That's it. Like I don't need 10 different kinds of jackets.
I wish I could get out.
Well,
of here.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like
I would. I absolutely would if
I
I
have a lot of
could.
jackets.
I'm not dressed the way I'd like to though. You know what I mean? So, I don't want to dress. I'd like to have nicer clothes, but it is what it is.
It's, yeah.
Also,
just
we're
not a
recording.
big- just
also,
not a
we're
big
not doing anything.
Yeah,
I'm a
well,
fan
of course.
Adidas?
so-
Why? What'd they do to you?
I don't know. I prefer Nike.
Why?
I think it's a superior brand. But whatever.
It's a
Excuse you?
I think it is.
You're not wearing one piece. Well, you're wearing those hideous shoes. They're Nike, but
First of all,
yes,
fucking-
those aren't good looking.
like running on clouds.
Fuck, bullshit. You're running on
I will
wet
say
sand
this:
those.
Adidas has more, in my opinion, have more comfortable shoes than Nike.
Bam, son.
In my opinion.
In
I
his opinion.
Yeah, that's my
I
opinion.
love Nike too, though. Just joking. Just
like
happen to
Nike,
be wearing. them. Well, I wouldn't have said anything if you didn't start to try attacking me with your fucking little whore looks.
So there are people that like will go out and buy property. Like a few years ago, like I saw in Joshua Tree, $9 grand gets you 2 acres, right?
Look,
and
man,
then you're living
do
off grid.
it. Do what makes you happy. Just shut the fuck up about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well,
like
I
I don't
mean,
need to.
that's fine, but
I'm
that's like-
if you want to live in the whatever container or a bus out in the middle of nowhere, great. But don't try to like make it seem like, oh, this is the
No,
greatest
yeah,
thing. It's not. Talk to me in like after 2 years. If you still love it after 2 years, being out there, then
Even
great.
then, I can care less what you do.
I still don't
Like,
wanna hear about it,
Yeah,
but I'm just
just
saying.
go and
Yeah.
do your thing.
Well,
It
that's
just
it.
mostly is the approval.
Yeah,
fucking
they
thing
want
that
the-
they
Yeah,
want-
everyone
they
wants to
want
be
the
like,
likes.
oh, you're so
I'm doing
great.
this and I'm like doing this for the environment. No, I don't give a shit about that. I want to live here because I choose to live this
Well,
way.
especially if you're doing it for the environment, the only thing that needs to know
Is
is
the
the environment. I don't need to know what you're
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
for
exactly.
it.
Earth knows what you're doing.
It's like-
right?
it's
the
like
Earth
what-
knows, man.
It's like with
That's how
the
they-
plastic straws. Like everyone's like, oh,
Oh.
I'm not fucking using a plastic straw anymore. I have my nice little stainless steel straw or a glass straw.
Those I'm not. I'm like, all right, whatever. Stainless steel. Just I don't
like you're
agree
watching
with it.
TV or something, you're not really paying attention. You have a fucking metal straw and you just jab it in your mouth. Because how many years have you been using a plastic straw?
Dude,
It's plastic.
paper straws are the
paper
worst.
straws are the worst.
Are
things
the
in the
worst.
world.
Oh, it's such a piece of shit.
Because you have
too,
to drink
yeah.
your liquid pretty fast because if not, the straw
Yeah,
starts
if you-
dissolving.
Don't. You better finish your Coke in a timely manner, otherwise you're gonna have some paper.
Fucking
mixed in.
Coke starts eating away at the paper.
Oh Jesus.
What do we have? We had Jamba Juice the other day.
It was terrible,
Oh
man.
my god! I didn't even know whether I was actually
Isn't that a smoothie?
getting anything. Yes.
Yeah.
They put it in
Paper straw
smoothies.
with a fucking
It was
smoothie.
a
Perfect.
fucking smoothie.
Yeah, try like a shake.
peanut butter.
Yeah, like
It
a
makes no
milkshake too.
sense.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense.
But I enjoy the environment, so
Yeah.
I'm trying to save the environment.
I like
I'm
the
just
environment.
not.
It's
on
that.
board
It was
with
that
everything.
video of that
Yeah.
turtle, man. That video of that turtle is what really sparked the outrage. Remember
What was it?
the turtle that they pulled the straw out of his nose with like a pair of pliers?
I did
that.
not
Are
see
you
it.
fucking joking?
I did
No.
not see that.
Are you? Shit?
I've seen a lot of turtles caught in
Dude.
like soda
What do you
can, like those
mean?
6-pack
Yeah,
soda
they-
can things, but
That's like the first one to go to is the
yeah, like plastic on animals.
yeah. I mean, Don is doing.
Don't get me
great
wrong, I
things
care a lot about
for
the
it.
environment. Like,
Yes,
I definitely do. Like, I go hiking, I pick up shit. Like, I do all of that stuff. But like, we've been going hiking around. Like, what I've noticed a lot on the trail, mask everywhere.
Yes, people just throw
Put it
it.
in
It's
your
like they
fucking
get
pocket.
mad while they're hiking, and they're
Yeah,
just like,
it's like I can't breathe, and
It's-
it's just
it's
like they
just-
throw it away. It's like put it in your
They are
back
everywhere,
pocket.
yeah.
yeah, put it in your pocket.
People in LA will they listen. They will find a way to pollute. Okay. They just
Yeah.
they will find
People
a way.
go out of their way to
Yeah.
live.
Dude, it's the most annoying. Like, I was on Jefferson, right? You know how it goes onto the Culver City stairs? You know how it's a huge, like, turnaround? Yeah, okay. I was right there off of Overland. There was a truck in front of me. A woman, I don't know who it was. I'm not even going to say the skin color because I already know what's going to happen. But this person was just throwing trash out of their window. Or threw a piece of trash out of the window, right? And I'm like, okay, it's LA. People throw their trash out of the window. It's like, you get used to stuff like that, which is really sad.
It's bad, yeah.
It's
like,
really sad.
People become sanitized to that.
Wait,
stuff.
what?
People throw trash out of their window.
Oh yeah.
Okay, this person was parked and took it to the next level. Dude opened his door. The person that was sitting shotgun opened his door and literally with his foot, whatever he could get out with it, it's like he had water bottles,
Oh my
paper,
God.
like he just literally got his foot and scooped everything out and threw it to the. And I'm just like,
Just threw it out on the street.
Who fucking?
I'm like, who the fuck are you? Is this your house? Like,
What is these people? Even in your house.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck does that even in their house?
Even, but at least we don't have to see it. I don't have to see it. Like,
Yeah, I know,
treat
for
your
real.
house whatever you want, but don't treat everyone else's like.
Oh yeah, I never got that.
Dude, I
Take
was
a huge pile of trash and just throw it right on the street. Fuck
Dude,
it.
I was in shock. I was like,
Yeah, I've seen that
wow,
too, man.
Wow.
I don't get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Stop polluting. What's
Yeah.
wrong with you? Fuck.
Just stop it.
Stop polluting.
Dude, I get your car. You treat your car like a trash can, but just because you treat it like a trash can doesn't mean you can just throw all your trash
I've
out.
never done that, dude. My cars have always been fucking.
No, even like,
spotless.
dude, I go out of my way
Oh, you're
sometimes.
terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yours is horrible.
mine is the my car's always full of empty
I
water
can't.
bottles.
How does
okay.
that not drive you up the fucking wall?
It drives me
It
nuts.
is, but
It's the easiest thing. Just throw it out in a fucking trash can.
It reminds me
Not
of
on
it's
the
because
street.
it, like yeah.
How does it not? But like it,
I don't
it literally it bothers me. We were in the car earlier today. I was just like, throw this shit out. Come on.
Well, right now I have like one or two. Jeez.
That's one or two too many.
no.
Like,
Sometimes I have this inside, but
No.
usually in my car, like in my actual car,
Yeah.
I just throw it in the back.
Well, yeah.
And I forget about it.
yeah, I did that too. Like sometimes it's
And
like,
then, because my
Never.
parking garage then has like a trash can right next to the entrance. So
Mhm.
like once a week, I'll like pull over there and then just start
Yeah.
throwing
Let me ask you
everything out.
something. I am not a doctor by any means, but just hear me out. So, did your mom do that? Like, did she like that with her car? She just throw the shit?
No, we never had a car.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Because when I was a kid, my dad was not fucking around. In the car with me and my sister, he'd be like, "You're not fucking eating in here. You're
Oh,
not
yeah.
this and that, right?" So I think that's probably part of like why it is that
that
I
kind
am
of
that
doctor.
way.
I thought
Yeah.
I was scared. I thought there was something wrong.
Yeah.
I
wrong
mean, you
with
do
it.
have a thing. I was gonna tell you afterwards. But, we'll talk about that off camera.
yeah, my dad was that way. Like whenever I got
Yeah.
like a toy or something, he'd be like, "Don't even think about opening
He
that in here."
hated, besides the regular reason that
Mhm.
families don't like taking their kids to McDonald's, he hated that like even more because he always try to like sneak a
Yeah,
fry.
or something.
Whew, he'd be like, "You're not fucking eating any of that shit. Not
Mm.
one fry. You're not drinking out of the thing." We're just like, "Okay, sorry."
Yep.
No, I just grew up like now. It's, just,
It's
I
good,
just
though.
ask
It's a
people
good
if I
discipline,
can
though,
or if I
because-
can't.
Now you have
Yeah.
a nice car and it's always clean and everything, and it's a pleasure to ride in it as
Yeah.
opposed to somebody just throws their trash over their shoulder as soon as they're done with it.
Well, yeah, like for me, like having water bottles there, it annoys me when they're constantly clashing with each other. Like I come to a break and they're hitting and they're rolling around. That annoys me. So like to not have that, I throw them on the bed of my truck so I don't have to hear them.
Oh, and then yeah, you have a pickup truck. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's right.
And then I just...
It is a little bit different.
Yeah, and then...
I think it would still be the same. I'd like sweep it out every day before I go out.
Yeah, well, I still do that. Like, I still clean it up, like, at the end of the day. I'll still go out. I'm like, okay, I have, like, for example, the trash I took out a few days ago. Like, I took the trash and I left it in the bed. And I'm like, oh, the next morning I'm like, shit, I didn't take out the trash. And I got... But then I remember I took the trash because I know that my whole truck was full of trash because I had worked that day. Cleaned out a couple cars. I'm like, I gotta get rid of all of this. Yeah. So I'm like, taking care of this, taking care of it. It's really easy. But like, I just like
some
having.
People just can't do it. Apparently,
I just like
tired by the end of the.
No, but you're too tired to take some trash out of your car.
Absolutely.
All right.
Exhausted.
I just like having a clean interior.
And it's a bad habit.
Exhausting, he says. Exhausting.
It's a bad habit throwing it in the back because I forget.
Yeah,
exactly. That's like the main reason is because I always
the clashing doesn't bother you, like as you stop.
Like you don't hear them or anything, or it doesn't matter?
No, I'll hear them. It's just by the time that I park, I forget about it. In the parking structure, I'm not going like, 80 miles per hour. So I'm not making like...
You never know.
So I can't hear it. And then until like usually at the end of the week, like I'll see them and I'm like, man, I really do. Then I just pull over and just take everything out.
Mine got kind of bad because I wouldn't have bottles or anything in there. But like when it comes to like, when I would vacuum it anyway, because I would clean it like once a week or whatever. It got really bad because I'd be like trying to get like one grain of sand that I can see in the carpet out because it's like stuck in there. I'm like, fuck, get the fuck out.
Okay, you're one of the okay.
Yeah.
I remember
I got intense.
like
in the barracks.
At the barracks, yeah. Like, he would take his car out like where almost nobody parked.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, almost nobody parked. So then like, because I remember going out I think once, with one of our friends who has a truck. I had a truck.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I usually take my car. I'm one of those that just, if I can pay for something to get done, I'll just take it somewhere.
They're not going to get it. They're not going to do it. Right.
So then I was just like, oh, I'll just follow whatever they're doing. So I was looking and I was like, oh, might want to get this. And then I remember like either you or him had like another like cleaner. I was like, he's like, use this. Like, okay.
Yeah, you got leather cleaner, carpet cleaner.
Yeah. Because that car had leather seats.
You gotta condition those leather seats, man.
The one I told him.
Oh yeah,
Ford Fusion. So I had leather seats. That's why I don't like leather seats because I had it with that one.
I love them.
And
everyone thinks you can just have a leather seats and not take care of them.
Cold.
No, it's and you know it's gotten so much better too because it depends on which car you get because at least with Lexus, they're ventilated. Even if you don't I don't think if you don't have the ventilated seats, they don't come with it. But like. Either way, it's better off because now your ass can breathe. It's not just like sitting on, leather or whatever. Yeah. But it's better now. So maybe. I
remember getting in there when again. It's because outside there was no shade, so just be out there in the parking lot.
Yeah, that was kind of tough.
So then I get in with like shorts, and then all of my thigh would just be
at the back of your knee.
Yeah, you just gotta get used to it every time.
Super sensitive skin. Yeah.
And then the belt would be.
Well, that's why you tint it. Tint your fucking windows, slut.
Nah. I'm not doing that.
It's great.
I can barely see.
Because like I did it like cause when I tint my windows, I'm not doing like I do it for me because I like the privacy,
Yeah, that's what I think.
And it really helps. Yeah. And like I noticed after a while that fucking it. I mean, obviously if you have illegal tints, it works better, but you're not supposed to. But it helps.
Don't do it, guys.
I got it. I used to have them all the time, but it helps keep the car cool. Yeah, it helps keep the car a lot cooler. I've gotten so many tickets for
my
tints.
friend. Her car is really dark. It's a very dark tint. And we were riding in my car, and the car, obviously, the rental I have right now doesn't have any, so it's clear. So she was looking at, I think, like a homeless guy, and they made eye contact. And she's like, "Oh, I forget this is not."
Dude, that happens, yeah. Because my shit, like mine wasn't like super dark, but you do kind of forget because you know that they can't see you on the outside, so you're like jamming to a song, or whatever, or you're like staring off or whatever, and then like when you're in a car that doesn't have it, it takes a second to remember, like, oh shit,
do you also have your front windshield?
No, I never did that.
Oh, okay.
No, that's not good. Don't do that, folks.
Well, a lot of people in LA do that. They literally get limo tint all over, like even the front windshield. I'm just like, how do you drive?
My sister had that for a while, and I was horrible. I thought it was terrible because they were all like super dark, like 5%.
Yeah.
And the fucking windshield too. And like I would drive at night, and I can't see
You can't
anything.
see, yeah.
Even though you got
you
these
can see the
super
lights,
good lights
but
and
you
everything.
can't see the actual
you
car.
can't. No, not even that. From the inside of the car, like I can't see. Like I'm trying to park. I don't want to like park on the fucking little median or whatever. You know what I mean?
Oh, you can't see.
You can't see that. You can't see like
To me, it's
20
like
feet in front of you.
especially because I'm kind of a speeder. I have a need for speed. But I like to see whether a cop is anywhere around.
Oh yeah, for
So
sure.
I'm always looking at my mirrors. So when I drive in a car that has tinted windows from the back, I can't see. I can see the lights.
You gotta
like,
find
just people's
that.
lights, but I can't see the actual car.
There is a happy medium. He's getting excited over there. There's a happy
I just
medium.
read sometime.
Well, like I think, obviously every state is different, but I think the legal limit in I think in South Florida it was like 28% or some shit like that, which was weird. I'm definitely wrong. I mean, I could look it up because I have the internet right in front of me, but it is 28% for the tints, which is weird because from what I know, it goes by fives.
It depends. Oh, it
Where's
also
it out?
depends on the state state that you're in. Like different state has different laws and like also different like, I guess the people that do the installation of it have different quality of tint. But from what I understand, I've only even seen it in 10% increments. I never even seen it in 5. For me, it's always been
really?
in 10% increments.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's funny.
But
I think
again-
it's funny that it's not illegal to sell, but it's illegal to have. That's so weird because like if you're a limo, obviously you can fucking tint the shit out of it or whatever. But
Yeah.
if it's just a regular car, you can still go to the tint guy and be like, I want fives all around, and be like, all right, slap it on for you. And as soon as you drive away, you can get pulled over.
You can get pulled over. You could literally
There's
drive
nothing
a
that he can do.
Yeah, no, he's
He's
just
like,
selling you the
whatever,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah,
But that goes back into the thing. Don't you need to be licensed to be able to install a tint?
I don't think so. Fuck no. Why? No, you don't. Yeah, you can just go to
No, I
Advanced
don't
and pick it up. Pick up a roll of the tint, whatever, and
I mean,
Have
I
at
would
it, go
rather have
yourself.
it done by somebody that knows what they're doing.
I mean, it's it's not rocket
be
science
like,
or anything, but
do it yourself.
But I'm pretty
Of
sure
course,
they-
I wouldn't do it
I
myself.
wouldn't be able to do it, like-
I've never done it myself.
Yeah,
I've always
exactly.
taken it somewhere.
Yeah.
I know how to do it. I don't want to because I know I'm gonna fuck it up somehow. And it's funny because if you do it and you fuck up somewhere, you'll know that it's there. So every time
Oh,
you're,
yeah,
you're
it's
always
10
gonna be
times worse.
thinking of that.
It's 10 times worse than if you do it than if someone else does it and
Just
they mess
fucking
up.
like just take it to the guy. Be like, here you go. Go
It's like
get a
that
cup of
red
coffee or
dot in the-
something.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like once you know where it's
Anywhere
at.
he fucks up, you won't know, or
Yeah.
you shouldn't if he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And so you won't think about it. You're just like, oh, good
Because it's
job.
like the
That's
whole
it.
thing
Drive
with
away.
not only being but the bubbles, right?
Yeah,
the
that's
air
really
bubbles
important too.
that
Yeah.
don't-
yeah, So you can't like after you do it, you can't like don't open your windows for like
Yeah.
3 days or whatever. And
Which I would. I mean, at this point, how we're living, it's
There
really
was-
hard to not.
there was a
close our
time where
windows.
I forgot.
Yeah. The more I read, the more longer we are away from.
You got to get away from it from time to time, man. You got to just leave it alone.
Yeah. It's
Yep, there you go. Close it. Just leave it alone.
the deeper I get, it's just deeper in the hole, and it's just like we're not getting out of this.
Yeah,
There's hope.
I believe in it. So
I believe in Harvey Dent.
I believe in it.
Well, that's been another episode of the RDG Show. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and a comment below. Also, hit the notification button so you don't miss out on any of our latest content. You can follow us on Twitter and all audio platforms where podcasts are available. As always, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.